Hi, this is Mr. Capert. In this video, I'm going to show you the steps to making your flight controller. Now, I'm not going to give you the proper dimensions. It's up to you to do that, to make the measurements. So I'm going to do a new design. All right, make sure you save this with a name. So this is the drone flight controller. Hit save. I'm not going to do that because I already have many copies of the flight controller. So hit save, not me though. Now you're going to start a new sketch using this button here. Pick a plane, doesn't exactly matter. And one thing I always forget is to change this to millimeters. This project we're using millimeters instead of inches. So change that to millimeters. Now the flight controller, you can use R as a shortcut to make a rectangle, or you can choose it from here, or you can find it here, 2-point. Doesn't really matter which one. You could do a center one, but I normally do the 2-point one. So I want to do a left click to start it out. Notice highlighted over on the side is 131 millimeters. I'm just going to use a random number. Let's just say it's 50. I'm going to then hit the tab button, which switches it to this width down below, 50. Now you're going to make proper measurements, not use these because these are not correct. Now you want to extrude, so you can hit E as the shortcut, or you can go up and hit the button for extrude. Pick this square that you're extruding, and then make sure you measure the thickness of the flight controller. I'm using random numbers once again. It's up to you to use a ruler and calipers. Now, the other really important thing about the flight controller is those battery connectors and motor connector. I should say motor connectors, what's really important. So you're going to do a new sketch on the surface. You're going to hit R is the shortcut for rectangle, or use this symbol. In this case, I'm just going to model it first. Sometimes that's easier. And then it's going to be up to you guys to dimension these properly. For each one, you obviously need to hit D for dimension and put the proper width and the proper height. D for dimension. Once again, these aren't the right numbers, and you need to do that for each one of these. I'm not going to show you for those because I don't need to. And then you need to dimension from the top to show the Y direction. And then you also need to dimension from that direction to fully dimension this. So you want to do that with all these other ones and use the correct measurements. You want to do stop sketch. You're going to want to extrude, so you can hit E or this symbol here to extrude. Mine are in the wrong place because I'm doing a quick example. I'm going to use a random number. So I did 5 millimeters. All right, another thing I want you guys to do is color this in. Shortcut's A, or you can go under modify A for appearance. Then I like to use, normally there's a lot of like metal flake and glossy under paint. I normally use glossy. I think that looks best. Make sure that you do bodies and components because most of this is green. So that's what I'm going to start with, is green. And I really dislike, on yours, notice it's probably a bigger window. I don't know why my window is so small. Nope, won't let me. Okay, I'm going to just use whatever green I can find here. Boom. Looks good enough. Now what I'm going to do is change the faces and find a white in here. And oh, notice that looks a lot better. Metal flake, glossy gray, white. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to do every single face. Then go around and do all those. And then make sure that you save this occasionally. Hit the save button. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any additional questions.